Hello everyone and welcome back to my The General Hospital 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Willow Corinthos' visit to Michael Corinthos will go wrong while Sonny Corinthos ends up in a fight to survive. Nina Reeves will also trick Drew Kane with her rearmost trap, so then's what suckers can look forward to. At Lulu Spencer's house, Brooklyn Quartermain will slam her over the relinquishment story and most likely prohibit her from writing it. Lulu may point out that Brooklyn isn't the master of her as their conflict heats up. Dante Falconeri will ultimately come on and wonder what's going on, so Brooklyn and Lulu will land in a tight spot. It looks like Lulu and Brooklyn will have to make up some defenses to avoid discovering the real reason behind the sweepstakes. Lynn is doing everything in her power to keep Dante in the dark on the baby she gave up for relinquishment, but Lulu may continue to complicate effects with her parlous conduct. Despite Lynn's attempt to bury the news about their bio son, Dante is bound to get updates on that stunner at some point in the coming occurrences. Over with Nina, she'll put her plan in stir regarding Drew, and the companion she presumably hopes to tempt him with Nina will also have some instructions for Portia Robinson, who'll play a pivotal part in this trap. Next, Ava Jerome will inform Alexis Davis that she'll need to make a change to their payment schedule. Alexis will deal with further of Ava's capers and demands, so these two are sure to disaccord again. At Michael's clinic in Germany, Willow will advertise that she's there to see her hubby. Although Willow will plan to visit Michael after going each that way, she's about to face a tough reversal. Both Drew and Carly Spencer know about Willow's trip, so could one of them do commodity sneaky to block her Michael visit? Drew might be the stylish contender then, since his support over Willow's trip was awfully suspicious. Perhaps Drew only pretended to support Willow because he knew he could go behind her reverse to sabotage her Michael commerce. Molly Lansing Davis will continue to reel over the papers she just discovered. Since Molly set up the paperwork that was drawn up to have Christina Corinthos Davis committed, she'll contend on doing commodity about this right now. It appears Molly will show Christina the papers soon enough and leave her just as stupefied. Christina will have plenitude of questions when she realizes Alexis is behind this, so she may defy her mama soon enough. This should lead to Alexis discovering the whole unattractive blackmail story and admitting Diane Miller aloud. Having Christina locked up in a psychiatric sanitarium would be her stylish legal defense. In Los Angeles, Sonny will pull through his surgery, so Carly Spencer may get some positive prognostications from Ms. Croker about his recovery. Still, Sonny will still be in peril since someone posing as a nanny will slip into his room with a hype containing commodity that could be fatal. It seems Colette Moreau will be the one behind this nanny facade and try to hit on Sonny. Carly may come to Sonny's deliverance since she looks on edge as she asks if he's okay in Friday's exercise videotape. Jordan's clearing out her office when Curtis pops in. So she did abdicate. He asks what's passing, and Jordan just says she and Laura have had dissensions and she felt she had no choice. I'm gonna stop you right there. She promised herself not to lie to him again. It took work to get back to where they are, so please let it go and accept her genuine passions. Okay, he lost the right to have her explain everything when they got disassociated, so he'll drop it. But it comes with a price. Olivia respects Sonny's new lodgings, saying she'd have had Dante's party at the Quartermains, but didn't want to put up with Tracy. Lulu pops in and Olivia happily greets her. Lois arrives with Christina, Danny, and Gio, who she introduces to Lulu, who thinks back to chancing Martin's notes on Dante and Brooklyn Spratt. Christina is about to head out to get Dante, when Donna sidetracks her to show off her new office. Sonny heads outside rather. Out on the yard, Dante checks in on how Rocco's doing, and his son ultimately admits he's worried about Grandma and Grandpa. He's the link between them that everyone keeps talking about and complaining about, and he thinks them both showing up at his debate will make effects worse. The only thing he can supposed to do is if Grandpa doesn't go to his debate, which Sonny overhears as he comes outdoors. That isn't what it sounded like, Dante starts, but Sonny says it's fine and asks Rocco what's going on. He's upset about Sonny and Laura being seen together. Sonny agrees, and just asks that they record it. He's proud Rocco's looking out for his grandma. Alone, Sonny promises Dante it's all good. They all head in to sing happy birthday to Dante and cut into the cutlet that looks way too small for all of them. Lois sensations to Lulu about Sonny supporting Gio and her family through thick and thin. Also it comes out that Sonny wouldn't be going to Rocco's debate, claiming commodity came up, and Olivia jerks him outdoors to yell at him. Him being there isn't an option. Dante comes out to defend Sonny and Olivia storms back in. He offers to tell Olivia, but Sonny would rather she be frenetic at him than Rocco. At Alexis and Diane's, Lucas warns Marco that Jason isn't a Joe you want to have a problem with. Alexis arrives and asks if Lucas is looking for her. No, he came to compliment Marco on the job. A little unseasonable, Alexis says. Diane told her about Marco and Sidwell, surprising Lucas. Marco insists he didn't lie, he didn't conceal anything, and no bone. Asked him about his parents. Did they ask any other seeker? Lucas rushes out to leave them, and Alexis tells Marco there are still falsehoods of illusion. He admits he didn't expose his relationship on purpose, but he allowed. Alexis of all people would understand, distancing herself from the Cassadine name and forging her own path. He wants to do the same. That's forfeiture, but Sidwell's also Marco's customer, and she can't have guests who want to kill other guests. Marco just hopes she'll judge him on his own graces and only his own. Carly sits down at her kitchen table to tell Felicia how Michael's doing. Enough well, the skin grafts are taking and he's motivated to come home, but she hasn't had the heart to tell him about Willow moving the kiddies in with Drew. She apologizes for raving, and Felicia says she came over for a reason. Mac thinks this boat on the beachfront is making Laura look bad, rather of her standing up to Sonny herself. He wants Sonny to accept what the choosers decide and not fight it. Carly dubieties that'll be, which is why Felicia says she needs to talk to Sonny and move him to do this. Carly doesn't want to butt back into Sonny's business now that they're in a good place. Felicia gets it, but if he does lose his peers, wouldn't that make Port Charles safer for everyone including her family? Perhaps, but Carly's not indeed sure it's possible. People generally do'n't walk down from Sonny's business. Lucas arrives, which Felicia takes as her cue to leave. As soon as she's gone, Lucas asks if Jason is plugging for Marco. He got a job with Alexis and Diane and it turns out he's Sidwell's son. Okay, that's why Jason has a problem. She tells Lucas what Jens did to her, and Lucas laments that someone should have told him that. Now he and Marco can't be. Carly admits that Marco wanting to work for Diane and Alexis is intriguing and Lucas acknowledges he can't go for another man he can't trust after Brad. Lynn comes to get Chase for Dante's party, but he tells her he's not in the right headspace. He and Lois were talking about Dante and his son with Brooke Lynn and realized how poorly he wants to be a pater. He feels like he failed Brooke Lynn. That's crazy talk. She doesn't suppose she'll ever earn the man he is. Chase thanks her for making him feel more, also says he wants to raise a child with her, natural or not. She wants that, too, but no IVF with a sperm patron. It worked out horribly for Molly and Christina. Agreed, Chase says. Relinquishment seems like the stylish option and Brooke Lynn wants to pay it forward after her child got a loving family. He brings up espousing an aged child and Brooke Lynn loves that idea. It worked for Emily with the Quartermains. Molly's put on hold while trying to get help changing a tire on the side of the road when Cody rides up on a steed. Well, howdy, ma'am. Anything I can do for ya? She's been on hold for 45 twinkles, only to be told someone will come in a many hours. Cody offers to change the tire for her. She'd be veritably thankful if he did. He gets to work, while leaving a nervous Molly to watch the steed. Unfortunately, her spare tires got a perforation. Time for Plan B lift back on the steed. Molly balks quite a bit, but Cody convinces her to go back with him. They set off after she grabs her briefcase. Curtis tells Jordan to call him if she needs him and he'll be there, no questions. She thanks him and he heads out. Lucas tells Carly he needs to suppose about it more. That's progress. The old Lucas would have used this as a reason to run down for Marco. Alexis acknowledges they've family backgrounds in common, so she has some advice. Walking the fine line with them is tougher than he thinks. And someday, he'll have to choose between his life and his father. She'll talk to Diane about keeping him on with an expansive background check. Chase and Brooklyn agree they're going ahead with espousing and kiss. Danny, Gio, and Rocco are all out on the yard talking about the news and rumors about Sonny. Gio heads in to get a soda pop and Danny tells Rocco that he dodged a pellet since his grandma didn't show up. It's stylish Sonny doesn't come to the debate. Out front, Sonny tells Dante he's ready to fight back if the vote doesn't go his way.